What's up guys, it's Eric from B-Sign. Today we have a very special car. As you can see here, it's the 2024 first edition Toyota Land Cruiser. Very highly sought after vehicles, very capable vehicle. Just off the lot, it is ready for off-roading. We have a very special product for it. It's our plug and play Encore Alpha Power Amplifier. All you have to do is get behind your radio, disconnect the factory connectors, connect to this plug and play harness, and there's enough space behind the radio to mount it there as well. So very, very easy to install, and on top of that, it makes a huge difference. This car specifically didn't come with the JBL system, so it can actually use some help with something like what we have over here. And on top of that, if you have the JBL option, it is also compatible with the JBL, the same exact part number. So we're very, very excited to install this and see how much difference it makes. Let's stop talking, let's get inside the car and install this. All right guys, so now that we're in the vehicle, let's get this amplifier installed. We're gonna first remove the interior panel, so I'm gonna walk you through it. So first, let's remove the shifter. So push down on this like so, and then on here, you'll find a little clip. So push this side to the left, and you could just slip it out. Very, very easy. And then next, let's remove this. So use the panel removal tool like this, and we're going to place it inside here and pry this piece out. It's just being held by clips. Okay, next we are going to remove this piece here. This is also just being held by clips. So you can either use the panel removal tool or just stick your finger in here and just pull straight up. All right, terrific. And once this is out here, you can remove these connectors. There's 1, 2, 3. And this is on this base model. So just make sure whatever you unplug here to replug it later on. If you miss something, you're gonna end up losing some sort of function in your vehicle. Okay, and next, let's grab this. We're gonna remove this piece here. All right, and same, there's 2 connectors here, one on the bottom and one on the top. All right, next, we're going to pull this piece down here. Okay, so let's see if I could grab my hand between, or you can also use a panel removal tool to try to pry this piece out. All right, and let's go ahead and just keep it right here, and then we're going to undo that 10mm bolt. You can also unscrew it with a Phillips screwdriver. All right, okay, so now that we got this out, let's remove this, and we're going to remove that and unbolt the 4 10mm bolts, and we're going to pull it out. Okay, so once you get on the passenger side, we're going to remove this panel piece here. So you can use a panel removal tool once again, and just work your way from the outside in. It's just being held by clips. Okay, so on the center here, there's something holding it in place. So if you see, you do have to push this up, okay? Straight up to release it. You can use a panel removal tool once again. Push it from the bottom, right here. Just keep pushing it up. There it is, like so. All right, and then let's get this out. Okay, there's 2 connectors here. I believe one's for your emergency lights, and the other one is for your climate control. Just press down the release tab and then pull the connector out. Okay, and there is a clip inside here holding it. It's hard to see here, but let me show you after I remove it. There it is. So, looking at these clips, these are the two that I disconnected, the emergency lights, the climate control connector, and this one's going to be wedged in. So all you have to do is push this up with your finger and pull it out. And these are the two connectors here. And that clip was right here. I'm going to remove the top cover using a panel removal tool once again, just being held by clips. Okay. And just work your way around. All right. Okay. And up there you'll find 4 10mm bolts. We're going to unscrew them using our 10mm socket. You can use a power tool, or if you don't have one, you don't have to. You can just use it with a socket and a ratchet. All right. Okay, so we got that out, and now we are ready to pull the radio out. Before we do so, grab a really thick towel like this. We are going to cover the bottom here, okay, to protect your interior from the sharp brackets. All right, guys, if you saw our video, you'll notice that this whole panel piece was removed. You actually don't need to remove this. We removed it initially, but we noticed that you could actually just remove the panel that's in front of this separately, which exposes this piece here. And once you remove that, it'll give you enough room for you to pull the whole radio out after unbolting your 10mm bolts up here. So we are reverse ordering it, and that's what we have noticed. And when you're removing it, it's just all being held by click. Just place your finger here and just pull on it. Okay, and then let's pull it out. All right, so I'm going to pull all the panel. It's going to go all the way across. That's why they wanted me to remove this. Okay. So once we get here, we also actually need to drop this panel piece here too. Okay. All right. All right, there we go. All right, so once we have all this out, here is the radio. Go ahead and pull the radio out. Okay, like so. All right, so how we're gonna mount this amplifier here is we're gonna place it back here, but there's this connector here out of the way. So push on these release tabs so they could push this through. Show you, okay, just like that. Put it aside, and your amplifier is going to slip right in between it, okay? Like right here, okay? So we're going to add some double-sided tape and some foam tape so that it's very, very secure. And on top of that, the radio is going to be right in front of it, so that to ensure to limit its movement. We'll just add double-sided tape all the way up there. All right, cool. So we're gonna do that, and now let's connect our amplifier and see how we set our gain level. So on our harness here, you'll have these connectors that connects to the radio side. All right, so let's start off with this. This is the most important one, and this is where many people screw up. So if you look down here, it's this connector here, right here. So from the right, it's the second one. This also connects here. Make sure you do not connect there. This is the wrong one. You gotta connect to this one. All right, so, oh, weird. The release is in the inside now. Change the design. Okay, go push down in here and come out like so. Okay, clip into place. And when you're pushing this in, make sure you hear that clicking sound. There you go. If you don't hear the clicking sound, that means you're not pressing it down hard enough. And the next one is this one down here. It's right behind, it's right under these two smaller connectors. If you like, you could disconnect them. Okay. Or if you have small hands like me, you can reach down and grab it. So the female side connects to the male side of the car, and the male side here connects to the radio. All right, and lastly, we're going to connect this to the side bracket. Use an 8mm to loosen, and we're going to wedge this in there. All right, and on the other side, it's going to connect to your amplifier. All right, so the default is going to be set at 50% front and rear. So let's see how that sounds, and let's make the adjustments based on how it sounds. And after we find the setting that we like, we're going to add some double-sided tape on this. We're going to mount it to that location that I showed you earlier. So let's do that now. All right, guys, so we went ahead and did some testing, and we found that the optimal sound quality that we like is right at 50%. You're not gonna get that much more volume than your factory one, but with the gain at 50%, you'll actually be able to utilize the volume almost to max without any distortion or cracking from the speakers. You'll be able to get up there pretty high with it. But if you don't see yourself using the volume much, then you can turn it up a little bit more if you don't turn up your volume too much. So, but then our general rule is just leaving as default at 50% was pretty good.
That sounds crazy, man.
Yeah, it sound good.
That's unbelievable. That's wild.
Yeah, it just drop. Play, see another, yeah.
I don't know how much you're gonna get out of these
All right, so we're gonna use some double-sided tape. The kit does come with a strip of double-sided tape. You could use that. We're just gonna use the one we have here on this one, but note that it does come with double-sided tape. So you don't need much. You could use a strip that comes with it. That should be perfect size. And because this is gonna go straight in, no, we went sideways. It's gonna go sideways, so we're gonna tape it on all the way to the edge. And there's a flat surface that we are going to adhere to. Okay, let's pull this radio back, and we're gonna push this all the way in and mate it to the flat surface. All right, so we got the amp in here using a double-sided tape, a strip of it all the way at the back end. We tucked in all the cables to the right side of the amplifier here to create some room. And now let's push our radio back in, and let's reverse order everything we just did. Okay, and don't forget about this this connector here. Let's see, it's actually an opening here. Let's try pushing it in, see if it fits. All right, let's see if we could keep it there and make sure it doesn't go in the way of anything. Oh, okay, good. It worked. Perfect. Okay, and then just an additional layer of adhesion, we added our foam tape from the top here to the amplifier. It's already double-sided taped on the back side, but just in case, we added another foam tape for a bit of support on the front side as well. And just by trying to shake it, and it's on here pretty good. All right, so now let's just reverse order everything we did, and we'll show you the after just to compare how much difference this amplifier makes. We are reverse ordering it, and that's what we have noticed. So when you're putting everything back, just go right here, bolt that back on, and everything just snaps back in place like so. All right, now let's put back this large centerpiece here. Make sure to remember to reconnect all your connectors, okay? Yeah, because it just slides off, yeah. And you got some of that B-roll anyway, right? Yeah. Push this guy back in. Yep, there it is. All right, guys, so when you guys are putting the centerpiece back on here, stick your head under and see. There's a little groove that belongs behind these two panels, okay? If you don't put it correctly, you're gonna see a gap up here. You're gonna see a big gap up here. So in order to get rid of that gap, look back down here, pull on these two panels, and then put the centerpiece, and then this goes on top of it. All right, so in order to get to this panel, you first have to remove this. Just pull on it, it just clips, and then pull on it, it'll pop off. And this one, you can just pull on it from here too, it'll pop off. And just make sure this belongs behind these two panels, okay? And when you're putting this back in, make sure this white part here goes back inside there. Oh, it went back in automatically, good. Okay, terrific. Side's good. Alright, and let's put the top piece back on. Side piece. It's pretty cool. Just double check everything. It's good. That part's good. This part, everything's in. Okay. He's in. All right, let's turn on the car. All right, guys, well, that does it. We went ahead and showed you how to install it. We also showed you how much difference it makes by showing you a bit of before and after with a little bit of visualization. Very, very difficult to see the difference depending on what kind of speakers you're listening to it with, but I gotta tell you, it makes a huge difference on this model, specifically for the non-JBL. We still want to test it on the JBL side, so if you have a JBL Land Cruiser, you are here in SoCal, hit us up. We would love to install this in your vehicle. Thanks, guys, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below, or you can email us at info@bsonicusa.com. And once again, guys, we really appreciate all the likes and all the subs, and if you haven't yet, just go ahead and press on that like and also that subscribe button. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.